Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Online Digital. This podcast is your weekly dose of fandom entertainment and knowledge. We'll be interviewing a range of fans from all walks of life. This week we'll welcome back Melissa, known as Pink Troid on Twitter. We'll be listening to the final part of our interview, and today she'll be talking about her love for Doctor Who. Briefly from what I said last week, this segment has been split up into 2 parts, but can you out there relate to her love? Stick around. So let's wrap up this interview, shall we? I'll now hand you over to part 4. Enjoy!
How do I express my love for the show? Do I create things or buy items? Yes, I've made a Doctor Who calendar for this year, and by that I mean the months, instead of being January to December, they are Hartnell to Capaldi. So I do make things. I do buy things as well. I've got two Doctor Who t-shirts. I own a TARDIS pencil case. I also had a Doctor Who party on the 23rd of November. I've been to a Doctor Who experience 7 times to date. So yeah, I do a lot of creating and buying, I suppose, but not too much, because sometimes it does feel like things have a really high price because they're Doctor Who and then you just can't afford them. So if you don't get them, you can't get everything. Like the sonic screwdriver remote control was really expensive, so I didn't get that. But I do actually have the sonic screwdriver. I think that was around £20, so I have that, the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver. And I made a documentary for Doctor Who, so I do make things, I suppose, and write songs. It's all great fun actually, and I do actually own the replica of Mels's dress from Let's Kill Hitler, and I think that's really cool. I love that I have it. I think that's about it. Yeah, and also sort of writing fan fiction. I think writing fan fiction is the best because it's, you can't really be sad at it because it's what you've written. And it's interesting because if something goes wrong, you can't blame Stephen Moffat for it. Like, oh no, another character's gone. You can't blame anyone, it's your fault. And it's being inventive while being creative and while showing that you really care about a show. So, I don't know, there's just something great about writing fanfiction and just creating anything for a fandom that you're in. Yeah. And do I think there'll be more than 12 Doctors? Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, they gave the 11th Doctor a new regeneration cycle, did say himself, but before that I was sure that there were going to be more than 12 Doctors. I mean, Doctor Who is so huge right now, it can just go on forever, so there has to be more than 12 Doctors. It was either going to be that, or they bring the Master back and you just see the Master going around space, but it's still called Doctor Who in a really strange, ironic way. So there was always going to be more than 12 Doctors. I think it's just that at the time the rules made, it didn't see the longevity of it, which makes sense given that it was axed. Well, sort of. It wasn't made clear, apparently, that it was being axed. People were like, when is it coming back? A bit like that year of specials we had when we were waiting for a new series but didn't get one. It was just specials dropped here and then we got a new series. So it was like the year of specials but stretched out in years without actually any specials. You just had a TV movie, then it finally came back, but you had years of no Who and nothing was really clear. But the Whovian voice was heard, so that's why we are lucky enough to have it today. And I don't think that the BBC are gonna finish it anytime soon. I mean, it's become sort of like their cash cow now. I'm sort of signed up to the BBC shop emails, and most of the BBC shop emails I get have Doctor Who or Sherlock in the headline, because they know how huge it is, and they know it's their biggest selling point, and they know that it's a great show, so they can't lose it now. They probably never will lose it. It really is a show that has a whole lot of potential and can go on forever, because it's escapism, but at the same time it's not escapism. There are a lot of people who can relate to the Doctor, even though he's a Time Lord from outer space, from Gallifrey. In his personality, yes, maybe not everyone goes around travelling with a companion and sometimes loses them. It doesn't have to be an exact situation, but everyone can relate to the loss that he's felt, perhaps, or most people can relate to, especially if you're socially awkward or have social anxiety, I suppose, or just issues with talking to people. You can relate with that feeling he has sometimes of not wanting to travel with anyone, and you can see that he doesn't want to travel with anyone because, like, oh well, I'm only going to lose them, because that's what happens. People go. That's what happens to me. So I'm not going to travel with them. But then he's always reminded that he does need someone, that we all need someone. So he travels with them, and he has fun, just like anyone would enjoy a bit of company. But then he loses them, and he's sad again, and it's heartbreaking, and a lot of people can relate to that, which is why I think it can go on forever. And definitely will.
Now that was only part 4 of the fantastic interview with Mels. I would like to say thank you to Melissa for taking the time to be interviewed. You have been extremely awesome. Thank you so much. You can find a YouTube and Twitter in all of the descriptions of each podcast that has been posted. But until next time, my name is Rachel. This has been Online Digital with Mels. Goodbye.